What's up YouTube? It's Elijah One Dream and we're back again with another NBA 2K24 new gen center build video. And in today's video we are going to be bringing you this year's version of my Arvydas Sabonis build. Now if you are a returning subscriber, you know that every single year I make an Arvydas Sabonis type build. Sabonis, one of my favorite centers of all time, of course along with Hakeem Olajuwon, but Sabonis's game was so far ahead of its time. He was basically Jokic before Jokic in a 7'3" frame. If you don't know who Arvydas Sabonis is, I highly recommend you guys look up some highlights. He didn't get to come over in the NBA until he was about 30 or 31, and he had operations on both of his knees at this point, so his mobility was extremely limited. But a prime young Sabonis was actually athletic. In the 1986 FIBA World Cup, there is a clip of him catching a nasty putback dunk over David Robinson. It was incredible. And there's some other Euro highlights where he goes up for a two-handed dunk, dunks on a guy, and breaks the backboard. Absolutely incredible. But the reason his skill set was so far ahead of its time, he was 7'3", could shoot the three ball, and he could pass it like a guard, and of course he had a post game. He was literally one of the most skilled centers of all time, and he is a basketball Hall of Famer as well. I really wish we got to see Sabonis in the NBA during his prime. That Trailblazers team with the prime Sabonis, Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler, it would have been a problem. So again, go look up some highlights of Arvydas Sabonis in the NBA and during his younger years. You will see why he's one of my favorite centers of all time. And I have to make a build of his every single year, and every single year they actually play out very amazing. It does take a bit of getting used to, but if it's your style of play, some of my subs have made this build. They've sent me screenshots and they've been getting absolutely insane triple doubles with this type of build. But anyways, let's get into it. So like I said, Arvydas Sabonis, 7'3", and we are going to go down to 245 pounds. So I will drop my wingspan to 7'6". That was his wingspan, but at 245 pounds and a 7'6" wingspan, we do get that 90 strength right there. Now Sabonis was actually 280 pounds, so he was a unit, and he was one of the very few centers at the time that could match up well with Shaquille O'Neal, just because of his size, frame, weight, strength, and everything. But of course, Shaq was Shaq. He was still the most dominant center of all time, so he would still get his, but Sabonis could at least stop him a little bit, and was a bit more of a harder matchup for Shaq because he was taller and he was thick, just like Shaq. And for the 7'6" wingspan, if you actually go and look at any of Arvydas Sabonis's My Team cards in any year, he always has a 7'6" wingspan, and I make a 7'6" wingspan build just like this every single year. So other than the weight, this is pretty much identical to Sabonis, but still the way we move up the court is Sabonis like. We're only get a 50 speed, and so it takes a little bit of adjusting too, but once you get used to it, it's good. So for our close shot, we are going to go to 92. So the reason I went to 92 instead of 90 was because 92 is going to give us post hook specialist on Hall of Fame, and we are also going to get Hall of Fame post fade phenom. So we're going to get the whole post scoring package. We're going to be able to stretch the floor with the three ball, amazing passing, and we're going to be able to lock down the paint and grab rebounds, of course. So this build really can do it all, but there is a few flaws to it. Like I said, the speed and mobility can definitely be a problem, but man, this build is fun if you know how to use it. Driving layup, we're going to go to a 41 just for having the high pass accuracy. This actually was the minimum that I had to go in driving layup. And for our driving dunk, we're going to go to a 50. And like I said, the old NBA Sabonis, he wasn't really doing any driving dunks, but pre-injury Sabonis, prime athletic Sabonis, we could definitely put a driving dunk on this. He definitely has a better than a 41 driving layup, but again, just the way the build works out, and for what we need to be a true Sabonis build, this is just the way it had to be. Standing dunk, we're gonna go to a 55. So again, this build isn't sexy in the way it's gonna get pro big man or elite big man contact dunks or anything like that, but we do have that 92 close shot. So a standing layup, a standing dunk, they both count as 2 points. As long as we can finish at the rim, we're good. And this will give us that Hall of Fame post hook specialist, which is really cheesy this year. And for our post control, we are going to get up to a 90 on this, so we're going to get lots of Hall of Fame and gold badges and be an absolute problem in the post. So that 90 does unlock that Hall of Fame dream shake and Hall of Fame post spin technician right there. So you can get super cheesy with it in the post and hit them with the post spins, hooks, drop steps, the whole works. And for our mid-range shot, we're going to go up to an 86. So as you see there, Hall of Fame post fade phenom pops up. So like I said, Hall of Fame post fade phenom, Hall of Fame hook specialist. We're going to be able to stretch the floor with an 83 ball as well. So we have an absolutely nasty inside out game. You can set picks, fade, pop it, pop that sharpshooting takeover as well too. You can be hitting from absolutely anywhere. Nasty post fade game with the Hall of Fame post phenom. You can throw the post hooks in there. Super fun. And as you can see, we got a ton of gold, silver. There's a couple Hall of Fame badges in there. We don't have all of our attributes spread out yet, so some badges still don't have the full potential that they could be, but we are going to run through the badges once I fully complete the build. Free throw, we're going to go up to a 63 actually. Again, just the way the build worked out, I had an extra couple points to throw on, and this made the most sense to put them at. So 63, you'll probably shoot 60 to 70% from the free throw line. This isn't as green as it was last year, but you can absolutely still hit your free throws. Like, I'll still hit some whites, I can still green them. I'm still trying to find a free throw that is the most greenable for me. Right now I'm using Kobe Bryant. It's all right, I can green it, but I hit more whites than I do greens with it. But still, it is a hittable free throw. It's not like you can't shoot free throws and you're gonna get hack-a-shacked or anything like that. And for our pass accuracy, we are going to go up to a 96. So like I said, Arvydas Sabonis, one of the best passing big men of all time. In my mind, he's probably the second best passing big man of all time at this point. I think Jokic has rightfully earned that #1 spot. But a couple years ago, I would still consider Arvydas Sabonis as the best passing big man of all time. He was literally Jokic before Jokic. So I wanted Hall of Fame Dimer on here, and look at all the other Hall of Fame and gold badges that we get. The only Hall of Fame badge that we don't get is Needle Threader. We need 98 pass accuracy, which is kind of crazy, but maybe later on in the year, I'll make a build and try that out. But still, all these nice passing badges, and we're 7'3". We can get nice rebounds. You can chuck full court outlet passes that are crisp and clean. They actually lead people to the corners, the shooters to the corners, and they can hit easy transition 3 balls. It's really nice. And especially Hall of Fame touch passer, because after you come down from a rebound and you pass the ball, that actually activates after a rebound. So it's extremely nice. And unfortunately, because we increased our pass accuracy so high, the ball handle and speed of the ball comes with it. So we just leave it at a 61 and a 31, but we don't get anything for that. And with the 50 speed, the 61 ball handle doesn't do a ton for us. We do get silver unpluckable, which is nice in the post, but you're not going to be dribbling with it at all. So kind of a waste of points, but it is what it is. Interior defense, we are going to go up to a 72, just like all the past builds. I think this is honestly optimal. Silver anchor seems to be the spot. I put gold anchor on my first build, but I don't think it's really necessary, because with a 7-foot frame plus and a long wingspan or a good wingspan, and you have strength on your build, you can pretty much play hands up defense and get lots of stops in the paint. I've been increasing my builds to 61 interior defense and a 77 block to get bronze anchor. And again, with this build, 7'3" and a 90 strength, I can play hands up defense against most builds. Sometimes the post moves will kind of screw you over and you get stuck in an animation and they can go up with it. But still, even with the 61 interior defense and 77 block, I'm still getting stops and blocks. You won't get as many blocks on this build, especially with the lower vertical and the lower wingspan, but you can absolutely still get stops in the paint, and that's all you need. Perimeter defense, we are going to go up to a 58 on this to get that bronze off-ball pest. This is definitely generous for the Sabonis build, but I wanted to increase this. We could have put it on steel, but it only goes up to like a 30 or 40. So I was like, we might as well make the build the most optimal that it can be. But like I said, Sabonis, NBA Sabonis, this is definitely generous because he wasn't moving like that laterally at that point. But we'll take it anyway, make the most out of this build that we can. And for our block, we are going to go to an 87, of course, so we can get that silver anchor badge. Pretty self-explanatory there. So our offensive rebound, we're only going to get a 57 on this. Again, the way that this build worked out, you have to choose either offensive rebound or defensive rebound. And to me, I want to be able to secure the defensive rebound, so I went up to a 92 on this so I can get that gold rebound chaser still. So again, we can lock down the paint, box your guy out with that 90 strength, gold box out beast, and you can still jump and get the rebound. Now, being used to the offensive rebound this year with all my other builds having the offensive rebound, it was a bit of a change, but you still can get offensive rebounds with this rating. If you get position, you can jump and get it. You will get hoed out of some offensive rebounds, but they are still gettable. But again, it's not going to be like any of the other builds. You really have to get position and be the only one around, and you can get some offensive rebounds. But still, I wanted to be able to make sure that we can secure the defensive rebound, not allow any offensive rebounds. I think that's going to be a little bit more important on this build. And plus, the defensive rebound to go with the pass accuracy and the Hall of Fame break starter, that combination I think is more lethal than an offensive rebound with the pass accuracy. And we still do get Hall of Fame post playmaker, which also also pops off offensive rebounds actually. And for our speed, of course, we're gonna max this out to a 50. You still don't move very fast with this at all, but we are going to get that bronze chase on artist once we increase our vertical. But again, going up and down the court, it's extremely slow. You play against some other 7-footers with like a 66 speed or some 6'10s with 75 plus speed. They can score quite a few fast break points on you and just leaking out and running on you, so that can be tough. It's one of the biggest weaknesses of this build for sure. But again, everything else about it is very, very fun. 38 acceleration, you want to leave that. We don't need that for anything on this build. And our strength, of course, we're going to max that out to a 90 to get all of those nice gold defensive badges like Immovable Enforcer, Backed on Punisher. We get that gold Fearless Finisher, Brick Wall, and Box Out Beast. And we don't need Bulldozer on this build because we don't have a driving layup, but still that will activate. And vertical, I went up to a 65, just the way it worked out. I wish I could have got a little bit more on this, but still, even the builds last year and previously, 65 was fine. And again, as you see in the rec gameplay coming up, we do get 25 rebounds, and this build can be a 30, 20, and 10 type of build. And we almost get that in the rec gameplay. We got 8 assists instead of 10, but still, this build is a dangerous threat all the way around. And then we're gonna put the rest of our points on stamina, going up to that 92 rating so we can get that silver workhorse. So this is the 99 overall Arvydas Sabonis build for this year. And now that we've completed the attributes, I'm going to run through the badges that this build gets quickly. So again, I wanted that 92 close shot, so we're able to get that Hall of Fame hook specialist, and we also get the Hall of Fame post fade phenom, and that 90 close shot is going to get us that gold masher, fearless finisher, and fast twitch as well too. And we're also going to get that Hall of Fame dream shake, and it's 7'3", and if you start hitting them with fades and hooks, you can hit them with the hook fade or the post fade fake, hit them with the up and under. It's going to be really OP and cheesy. And if they jump, you go into them, that gold whistle is going to kick in. You're going to get on the free throw line every single time. So driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk, that's really not going to get us very much, but we do get that gold fearless finisher to go with that close shot, so we can still finish some tough standing layups. And of course, that Hall of Fame pro touch with Hall of Fame hook specialist is super OP. And then 90 post control will get us that gold drop stepper, silver unpluckable, so that's going to be nice in the post when guards come and help and try to rip you. Gold backed on punisher to go with that 90 strength, of course. And the Hall of Fame hook specialist, Hall of Fame post fade phenom, post spin technician, dream shake, and post playmaker, all on the Hall of Fame level. So if you do come down with that offensive rebound, you can kick it out. Hall of Fame dimer, Hall of Fame post playmaker, that's going to kick in. Or if you're posting up, they start doubling you because you're absolutely killing them. Easy kick out, 96 pass accuracy, Hall of Fame dimer, Hall of Fame post playmaker. The guards and wings will be knocking down like crazy. And so like I said, an absolutely nasty inside outside game. Hall of Fame hook specialist with the 92 close shots. We can still get our standing layups. We can drop step them, finish, and we can even shoot from the outside. Gold catch and shoot, silver deadeye, blinders, green machine, Hall of Fame post fade phenoms. Those hop shots and post fades are going to go absolutely crazy on this build. Dream shake, gold guard up as well, so especially on those post hop shots, once again, gold open looks and gold whistle as well. So gold open looks, gold catch and shoot, silver corner specialist to kick in as well, and that silver claymore if you're spotting up out of the corner. Green machine's gonna pop in. If somebody gets a contest, you can get that silver dead eye going. Like, man, this inside outside game is truly OP. Free throw is not gonna get us anything at a 63. We need a 71 for that bronze free points. And like I shown before, that 96 pass accuracy with the Hall of Fame break starter, dimer, post playmaker, touch passer, relay passer, and special delivery, with the only gold badge being needle threader. The passing is absolutely elite on this build. Like I said, you come down with a rebound with that 92 defensive rebound, you can hold X. It usually throws it down the court to the person that's usually closest to the net. Sometimes I do find it automatically passes it to the point guard, but still, even if you bring up the icons, an icon outlet pass it, man, the passes are so crisp and clean. And especially off of the Hall of Fame touch passer, because off of the rebound, this actually pops up and you can sling darts down the court and nice pinpoint pocket passes right into the shooter so they can just rise up, release it, and green it. So ball handle, that will get us that silver unpluckable, and speed with the ball isn't going to get us anything. But that 72 interior defense, silver anchor like I was talking about, and we do get the silver workhorse badge as well. And like I said, silver anchor has been absolutely money for me, even bronze anchor. Again, you play some hands up defense, you have good positioning, you can pretty much get a stop on anybody. And like I talked about before, that 58 perimeter defense, that's only going to get us that bronze off ball pest. I've tried increasing this down to 0. I don't really find it worth it. I don't know, even with a 58 perimeter defense, I do find myself moving pretty slow laterally, and if you do get switched onto a guard, it can be extremely tough. But this way, it will give you a little bit more of a chance. against them. No steal on this build, unfortunately, so we don't get anything there. And that 87 block is going to get us that silver anchor badge, bronze chase down artist, and bronze pogo stick. It would be extremely nice to get that 68 vertical like I was talking about, but I wasn't able to sacrifice anything else in order to get the silver level of this badge. I wanted that Hall of Fame hook specialist and post fade phenom. I wanted that 83 ball. I wanted the Hall of Fame dimer. I don't want to go any lower on the interior defense. Dropping to perimeter defense all the way doesn't even let you get there. And I wanted the silver anchor with the 87 block, and I wanted gold rebound chaser at 92, and I wanted as much speed as I could. It just unfortunately doesn't work out. But still, again, you stay on your feet, play hands up defense, you should be absolutely fine. In the 57 offensive rebound, this actually does get us that Hall of Fame post playmaker, since we had that 88 post control or 88 offensive rebound. So we do have a 90 post control and that 90 pass accuracy, so we are able to get the Hall of Fame post playmaker. And that 92 defensive rebound does get us the gold rebound chaser. Again, we need one more point in order to get Hall of Fame box out beast, but a 90 strength with the gold level of this badge, you should be absolutely fine still. 50 speed, that is going to get us that bronze chase down artist badge. Acceleration, that won't get us anything. And that 90 strength, gold box out beast, brick wall, fearless finisher, back down punisher, and immovable force. So some very nice defensive badges, and we do get silver bulldozer, but that's not really worth it with the 41 driving layup. But we wanted that 90 strength in order to get that brick wall, movable force, back down punisher, and all those nice gold badges. And 65 vertical doesn't get us a ton, but it's still enough to be athletic enough to go up there and get some rebounds even with that shorter wingspan. So bronze chase down artist and bronze pogo stick is what we get. And last but not least, that 92 stamina does get us that silver workhorse like I mentioned earlier. So we can go ahead and click continue. Now this is what I really loved. We get shades of Arvydas Sabonis, Jusuf Nurkic, and Arvydas' son Domantas Sabonis. So we get the father-son duo in the shades of both of the Sabonises, which is amazing. I was so hyped when that popped up. Like, I couldn't believe we actually got both the Sabonises under one build. And it does come out to a diming 3-level threat. It's a decent name. It's nothing too crazy. I think the coolest name that I've ever got to it was the 2-way 3-level facilitator. That name was really, really cool. But still, diming 3-level threat, basically the same thing. But still, I was the most hyped about the comparisons. Both the Sabonis on here, I couldn't believe it. But next up, I'm going to show you guys which attributes to upgrade first, and I will show you guys the jump shots that I was using in the earlier mixtape and the jump shot that I used in the rec center gameplay. I did use 2 different jump shots. I think I'm going to stick with the second one actually, so stay tuned to find out. So the way I first increased this build, I went to a 90 close shot so we could get that gold fast twitch off rip, or if you have your rebirth like me, you're going to get it at the silver level, which will come in handy very early. I didn't touch any of the driving layup, dunk, or standing dunk. There's really no point in increasing that right now. And I did go up to an 88 post control. And the nice thing about this here, if you press triangle, you can see which badges you're going to get. So you can get all these on the gold level at this time. And I am going to max out my pass accuracy. So with a 96 pass accuracy and an 88 post control, we can get Hall of Fame post playmaker. And what I ended up doing, maxing out all of my shooting, so 86 mid-range, 83 pointer, and I maxed out the 63 free throw. So we're going to get all of our shooting badges at the silver level, and if we can get them to gold, we can obviously work our way into increasing that off rip. So we're going to have a nice inside-outside game, be able to shoot the 3, post hop shots, post fades, post hooks, post control, and we are going to be able to pass the ball with a 96 pass accuracy. I wanted to be able to try and get those badges in Hall of Fame as soon as I could, and we're going to have all of them at the silver level off rip. Ball handle and speed with ball, those will probably be the last things that I increase on this build. There's no point in really having them on this build even, but because we have the pass accuracy, we had to increase these. And like I've been saying, I go to a 61 interior defense and a 77 block because that is going to give us the bronze anchor badge. And still, if you have good position, you play hands up defense, you're going to get a 90 strength as well. We will max that out. People have a tough time going up on you. It actually works out very, very extremely well. I've been very surprised. But again, you do have that 61 interior defense, so if you do play against a post scorer that does have gold or Hall of Fame drop stepper, it might be tough to contest them. You might get stuck in an animation. But for starting off rip, this one can absolutely get the job done. And perimeter defense, just the way it worked out, we were able to max this out to a 58, so we can get some perimeter defense off rip and be able to guard guards if we do get switched onto them, or at least try to anyway. And our defensive rebound, of course, we're going to go to a 92 on that, and of course that's going to get us that gold rebound chaser, and we can get gold box out beast with that as well too. you. And plus, we want to be able to rebound and clean up the glass off rip as well. And to go with that 96 pass accuracy, we can still shoot the ball. We got inside. We can pretty much do it all. And of course, max out the speed. You want to be as fast as you can, but even with that 50 speed, you're moving up the court pretty dang slow. And like I said, max out our strength. We're going to max out our vertical as well too to help with the rebounding and blocks. And we are going to max out our stamina at a 92. So this is how I first increased my attribute upgrade. So as you can see, we get requirements met for 38 badges off rip. And if you have your 90 overall rebirth, those will go to silver if you are able to. But still, all the way across, we got our physicals, we got our rebounding, we got a bit of interior defense, we got our passing, we got our shooting, and we got our inside finishing. So again, you guys can make this like this, 254k BC. You can bring it into the rec and start going crazy. But of course, I know you guys will be asking for what jump shot I have been using, and I was using Derek Favors, but I actually ended up switching to a different base. I briefly talked about it in the jump shot video that I dropped a week ago. Let's get into these jump shots. So the first jump shot is the jump shot that I think I'm actually going to stick with on this build, and I think I'm going to try it again on all of my other builds as well too. So shout out to Joe Knows for the jump shot. Now I believe the releases is a little bit different, but the Andre Drummond base, that's where I got the idea to use this, was from Joe Knows' jump shot video, but I believe he had a slightly different release. I could be wrong on that. I ended up going with Franz Wagner and Tim Duncan, and I ended up blending it 52% Franz Wagner and 48% Tim Duncan. I wanted to have that nice high release point, and I still wanted to be able to get an A release speed, and we still have a decent defensive immunity at bead. It's just the timing stability, which is an F. So that's always kind of thrown me off having an F in that rating, but with an 83 ball and on this build, I've been cash with it. And I really do like the high release point of this. With the other jump shot with my Derek Favors base, I don't know, I find it's not a high enough release point that I like. And I do like having a faster jump shot. The faster the better, honestly. If you can master a faster jump shot, is absolutely going to help you. The quicker you can get that shot off, the better it's going to be. But for majority of the shots that you've seen in the mixtape and the upcoming gameplay, this is the jump shot that I was using. Now, like most of you guys have known, I have been using this Derek Favors base. It is greenable, I don't mind it, but I just like the quickness and I like the verticality more of the Andre Drummond shot. This is more of like a set shot, where Andre Drummond's actually like an up and down jumper. And like I said, my release height's only a C- on this, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. We do have a B in the defensive immunity, which is still good, but I don't know, I think the other jump shot has a little bit better of a release queue and better releases as well. But I went Derek Favors, LaMarcus Aldridge, Franz Wagner, 100% speed, 22% LaMarcus Aldridge, and 78% Franz Wagner. So the very first clip in this video was me hitting like a 70% contested and 1 3-pointer. That's the jump shot that I was using for that. So there is a few clips with this jump shot in there in the mixtape, but in the upcoming Rec Center gameplay where we drop 30 points, 25 rebounds, and 8 assists, I am using the Andre Drummond jump shot. So I thought I'd give you guys both jumpers. You guys can pick between either one if you like either of them. But again, I'm still kind of exploring, trying different things out, but so far I am liking this Andre Drummond one. So there we have it. I've showed you guys how to make the build, how to upgrade it first, and now we've got the jump shots for you guys. Very quickly, the post hook I'm using is Joel Embiid, and I am using Kobe Bryant post fade and Kobe Bryant post hop shot. But that's totally up to you guys. You guys can pick whatever post moves feels most natural to you and go crazy with it. But next up, like I said, we've got a 30-point, 25 rebound, and 8 assists gameplay in the Rec Center. So let's get into it. All right, so here we've got a 30-point, 25 rebound, 8 assist gameplay on 10 of 14 shooting and 6 of 10 from 3-point land. And we are up against a 7'1" center. And once again, we are starting the gameplay off with another cheesy post hook. But this 7'3" build is going to be all about that. The Hall of Fame post hook specialist with the Hall of Fame Pro Touch combined. It is an absolutely nasty combination. You can green your post hooks from like the free throw line pretty much anywhere. You can green some contested ones as well. Right there, they're kind of bumping into me and fouling. And as you seen a few seconds ago, a little bit earlier, I was able to finish a pretty tough layup. With that 90 close shot, 92 close shot with that gold fearless finisher, absolutely comes in handy. And as you can see, into my body type, I'm not sure how to unlock the other body types quite yet. I know it's through the Gatorade facility or workout facility, but again, you leave this build open with an 83 ball and you can get that gold catch and shoot, gold open looks, and if you're in the corner with silver corner specialist, you can be absolutely money. And like you just seen, and like I just said, I am using the Andre Drummond jump shot, so if you are skipping ahead into this gameplay portion, and you did not watch the jump shot portion of the video, go back and watch that. It's the first one. But as you can see, it's a nice quick jumper, nice up and down. I do like it a little bit better than the Derek Favors base, I'm thinking. Anyways, on this build, because I do have an 83-pointer, and we get an and one spin layup with a 41 driving layup. So even if you do have a 41 driving layup, if you are open, it is finishable. You just have to be wide open. I couldn't believe I actually got an and one off of that, but still. You can hit him with the post hop shots, post fades, post hooks. You can set big bodies with a 90 strength, gold brick wall. We're even dribbling it up the court a little bit. Unfortunately, that doesn't count as an and one. That would have been absolutely incredible. And you can even get your shot creating going a little bit with this build too. The mid ranges are extremely OP. As you've seen in the mixtape, you can hit some step back threes with this build as well too, especially in the sharpshooting takeover. That sharpshooting takeover is basically like sharpshooting and sharpshooting takeover combined from last year. It is absolutely OP. And we get a near double-double at halftime with 18 points and 9 rebounds. So this build is really an inside's worst nightmare. We have enough strength and interior defense to hold our own in the paint. And then on offense, we can stretch the floor and sit corner, especially if they're playing man. Those inside builds love to sit in the paint and try and protect the rim as much as they can. Once again, when you're wide open like that, you're too worried about the paint, it's going to make you pay. So they have to come out, you keep them out of the paint. It opens up all the driving and slashing lanes for your teammates. It's really simple basketball. It works in real life as well too. You can run a 5 out, your man gets beat, or you beat your man. Easy layup, they come for the help. Easy swing out, easy assist, easy three-pointer. It's super easy basketball. So you can keep them out there, or you can run the pick and roll, pick and fade. Even if you do have a 41 driving layup and you run a pick and roll, grab the ball, hold on to the ball, wait a second, and then go up with it. Try to activate your close shot instead of trying to go up with a 41 driving layup. Sometimes you get put into these absolutely crazy layups, because that's what I mean. 61 interior defense and a 77 block. He was cold at the moment, but he kept trying to do that stuff on me. I think I held this guy to like 1 of 7 or 1 of 8. It wasn't very good, but still. You get good position, you can play hands up, you got 90 strength, gold immovable enforcer. They can't do anything against that. They might be able to drop step you with that 72, like I said, but the 96 pass accuracy, this is what I'm talking about. That 96 pass accuracy is absolutely crazy. 2 seconds left in the third quarter, inbounding pass, full court pass. He makes it easy assist just like that. And look how crisp and clean the full court outlet passes are. And like I said, touch passer pops off of rebounds. So the Hall of Fame level, you can throw some absolute Stanley steamers just like that right into the nice shooting pocket. He doesn't end up setting his feet, shoots a moving 3-ball, but it doesn't matter. That Hall of Fame break starter, that Hall of Fame dimer is gonna kick in as well too. Hall of Fame relay passer, sorry, even if they do pass out of it. Once again, you sag off, your swag's off. Shout out to Mark Jackson. Some of his sags are the absolute best. But once again, sitting in the corner, you leave me there. It's absolutely best. And once again, I am still struggling to shoot a little bit, but I have been shooting better with this Andre Drummond base. And of course, this build does have an 83 ball compared to 73 or a 74. So I still have to try this jump shot out again on those lower 3-ball ratings. But at the 80 rating, this Andre Drummond base has been extremely nice on this build. I've had some pretty good shooting games with it, but once again, I have been inconsistent. I'll go like 6 for 10 this game, then the next game I'll go like 2 for 6 and all over the place. So I'm shooting between 40 and 50% around there. So I'm still learning, still getting used to the game. It's been 1 week, but man, I've been having an absolute blast. Appreciate you guys tuning into the video. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed it and hit that sub if you're new. We'll talk to you later. Peace.